Once upon a time, in the bustling, noodle-loving city of Pastapolis, there lived two rival families, the Montacarbos and the Capulatones. Unlike your typical feuding families, these two were locked in a heated battle over who made the best spaghetti in the entire city. The Montacarbos were famous for their spaghetti al dente, perfectly cooked pasta that had just the right amount of bite. Their secret ingredient? A pinch of unicorn dust, harvested only during the full moon. The Capulatones, on the other hand, prided themselves on their spaghetti softeroni, a dish so tender it practically melted in your mouth. They claimed their spaghetti was blessed by the ancient pasta gods themselves, which made it undeniably superior. The city of Pastapolis was divided. Restaurants and street vendors aligned themselves with one family or the other, and debates over which spaghetti was better often ended in food fights. But the biggest event of the year was always the Great Spaghetti Showdown, where the Montacarbos and Capulatones would face off in a cook-off to determine who would hold the title of Spaghetti Supreme for the next year. Amidst this culinary chaos, there lived a young Montacarbo named Romeo. Romeo had a passion for pasta, of course, but his heart also yearned for something more adventurous. He spent his days dreaming up wild new recipes like spaghetti tacos and pasta-flavored ice cream, much to the dismay of his traditionalist father, Lord Montacarbo. One day, while sneaking through the local farmer's market in search of truffle-infused basil, Romeo's eyes fell upon the most beautiful sight he had ever seen. It wasn't a perfectly twirled forkful of spaghetti, but a girl. A girl who, by the look of the golden pasta earrings she wore, could only be of a Capulatone. Her name was Juliet, and she was as lovely as a perfectly plated carbonara. She, too, was tired of the same old spaghetti feud and longed for something new and exciting, like rigatoni roller coasters or linguine lollipops. Their eyes met over a display of fresh tomatoes, and it was pasta love at first sight. But alas, their love was forbidden. A Montacarbo and a Capulatone? It was unheard of. They knew their families would never approve, but their hearts were twined together like a double helix of spaghetti strands. Determined to be together, Romeo and Juliet devised a plan. They would create the most ludicrous, over-the-top spaghetti dish ever conceived, one that would unite their families in awe and laughter. They called it the Spaghetti Tower of Power. This wasn't just any spaghetti dish. It was a 12-foot-tall tower made of alternating layers of Montacarbo al dente and Capulatone softeroni, with a cascading waterfall of marinara sauce, meatball boulders, and garlic bread balconies. The pièce de résistance was a spinning top of Parmesan cheese, which would sprinkle down in a snowy blizzard of dairy delight. On the night of the Great Spaghetti Showdown, Romeo and Juliet snuck into the competition kitchen, determined to build their masterpiece before anyone could stop them. As the judges prepared to taste the traditional entries, the curtain was pulled back to reveal the towering, spinning, saucy marvel. The crowd gasped. The Montacarbos and Capulatones were speechless. Then, a single noodle slipped off the tower, hit the ground, and sent a wave of marinara sauce splashing onto the feet of the judges. For a moment, there was silence. Then, laughter. Uproarious, belly-aching laughter. The absurdity of the Spaghetti Tower of Power had broken the tension that had simmered between the families for generations. How could they keep fighting when faced with such a ridiculous, yet brilliant, creation? In that moment, the feud dissolved like overcooked pasta in boiling water. The Montacarbos and Capulatones realized that their passion for pasta was something that could unite them, rather than divide them. They joined hands, and together, they devoured the Spaghetti Tower of Power, which was, despite its ridiculousness, absolutely delicious. As for Romeo and Juliet, they became the first culinary ambassadors of Pastapolis, traveling the world with their Spaghetti Tower of Power and other outrageous pasta creations. Their love story became legendary, not as a tale of woe, but as a testament to the power of pasta to bring people together. And so, in the end, the city of Pastapolis lived saucily ever after.